motion to accept her resignation?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Next is, in light of a resignation, you need to figure out either replacing her or opting for a shared services agreement. So, I've been speaking with West Amwell about doing a shared services agreement. Obviously, we've got the paperwork in front of them. I think it's, there's a lot of advantages to going with West Amwell. Always shared services is always the way to go. They have our construction department now. It's a full-time construction department with multiple people there. And they've reassured me if we do in fact go with them, that they have, their staff will be available for East Amwell residents even when we don't have hours scheduled with their zoning officer, who we're gonna obviously, share with. They're automated. You can do all your applications online, you get code numbers, and you can follow the progress of your zoning application, et cetera. So, cost-wise, there's not really much difference. They obviously want to retain all the fees that are generated from permits, et cetera, which they're saying it's average about 10 grand. We generate about 8,000 or 9,000, so we're about 1,000 short, and the administrative fee is 10,000, what they want. But we currently pay our zoning officer 17.3. So net we're about flat, but I think we're going to get more service and more coverage from them. Plus, it'll be one-stop shopping with the zoning and the construction. So, anybody got any questions, comments? John?
No.
All right. Need a motion to accept the shared service agreement with West Amwell?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Do we need a roll call to enter into a shared service?
We can do
We
it.
can do a roll call.
So,
Always preferable.
Ms. Casper Bloom,
Yes.
Mr. Mills,
Yes.
Ms. Ramsey,
Yes.
Mr. Wolfe,
Yes.
Mr. Castellano.
yes. Next item is the resignation of violations clerk Margaret Quista. It's unfortunate that she just felt there was too many hours. She's only been with us 3 weeks. But she said there's too many hours. So, can I need a motion to accept the resignation with regrets of Margaret Quista?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, we're now open to the public. Can I have a motion to open to the public, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're now open to the public. Ms. Grant?
Linda Ramp, 148 Cider Mill Road, Livingston, New Jersey. My real reason for coming here is because I was really interested in ordinance 22-03, the one about the animals. When do we get to have a chance to make comments on it, to talk to somebody, to correct spelling errors, to correct grammar, all of that type of thing? When do we get a chance to do that?
We're gonna have we're gonna reintroduce it next meeting, which is the 12th. I keep saying it's the 14th, the 12th. We will have the animal control officer here also to go through why she wants the changes, how she wants the changes, et cetera. She'll explain why she's requesting the amendment to the ordinance. And the spelling, everything will be cleaned up by then.
As a member of the audience, will we be allowed to participate, or will it just be told to us? And so I want to know, when can I make my comments?
That would be June, right, Frank? That'd be, the comment period would be
Comment in the public session at the meeting.
right, well, you can comment at the public session, but comments specifically on the ordinance would be
At
the hearing in
the
June.
adoption here.
Right.
And so at that point, isn't it a little bit late for me to be saying some of the things that I have to say? My major, I was reading through it, And I thought, dogs work fine, we're talking about we're talking about Ringo's, we're talking about a residence area. I don't believe that she is aware of farm animals. I mean, first of all, if my horse decides to jump out of the fence and go running off, he doesn't have a license on him, he doesn't have a tag, and I'm certainly going not to talk to all of my neighbors and saying, hey, listen, if my horse jumps out, be aware. The same thing with farm cats. I mean, one of the rodent control is farm cats. They live in the barns. My cats are chipped. They see the veterinarian regularly, but they roam all over the farm area. So what I'm trying to say is, what I saw in here was appropriate for a town, for a residence area, but it wasn't appropriate for farms. And that's what East Amwell is. We're a farming community. I mean, it's very common. Just one of the other days, I saw 5 black cattle walking up the driveway. And I called the appropriate owner and says, guess what? Your cows are out. I didn't say, guess what? I'm going to call animal control. What in the heck they're going to do, I don't know, unless they've got a trailer and that type of thing. So anyway, I just feel that this should be made before we go and make a big deal out of this ordinance and have gone through 2 months. And then I stand up and say, what do you think you're doing? So spoke. One other thing, Judy will tell you, I'm
Don't tell
getting
me I
hard
didn't
of hearing.
reply to your email?
Pardon?
I replied to your email, Melissa, right? Is that what you're gonna say?
No.
Oh, all right.
That, I appreciated my replies. Thank you very much. And I mean, if you tell me, Linda, why don't you write to somebody, I'll put all of it in
No,
writing.
certainly not.
Okay, my next thing is, I'm hard of hearing. I really have trouble hearing what some of you are saying, especially when you're talking to each other. You know, like when I said, when would we discuss this? I didn't hear it. I'm sorry. I wasn't talking. I just didn't hear it.
I can loan you one of mine.
Okay, and then I can practice and see if that'll help.
You're welcome to it.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Francis?
I'll follow up, start with that. This ordinance comes under the law of unintended consequences. Carolyn Murphy's a nice enough lady and all of that, but she's had a number of conflicts with various people and wants to have more police powers. That's not a good idea. The taxpayers, the residents, are gonna jump down your throats and go out the other side. This says that I cannot have a pen or a pasture for my horse that's closer than 50 feet from the property line. That's ridiculous, and that's stupid, and that's none of her damn business. Saying that you cannot have a lead. Have you ever seen those little dog leash things where they retract? Guess what? They go further than 6 feet. She's saying it's gotta be 6 feet. Now the chickens that are just down the road, or guinea hens that cross the street or play in the road all the time, are we gonna go after that guy when they're going over to the school? This should not be reintroduced because it's a request to solve a problem, to give her a hammer to hit residents over the head with. And after I leave here and talk to the residents who have had this happening, you're gonna probably hear from a few more, and I don't think you'd like it. I would say fold it into a nice paper plane and send it to a receptacle. It's for a problem that doesn't fit. The other issue is probably because somebody who's watching online asked me, are you guys gonna be doing anything about office staffing here? Because, you know, I filed an Oprah request and I got that information, and I'll talk to you separately about it. But, you know, Pam goes on vacation. We need to have adequate numbers of trained personnel to conduct the assigned tasks. I'd rather see you spending money to put people like Allison Kapchak or some folks who can actually do some of the things and work the technology and all of that for us than pay for a office manager that doesn't manage the office. You know, one of the simple tasks of an office manager is, oh, you take your time cards. I fill out my time card, I sign it, I turn it in, it ends up going to Margaret, and it gets paid. Not one of those damn time cards that I Oprah'd and paid $8.17 for was signed by the supervisor. You know, it's a problem not needing a solution. We do not need an office manager here. Take that money and put it towards providing a service to the residents in East Amwell. I was in here about 10 days ago, or maybe last week, don't really know. A man came in, it was his third time coming in, wanting to try to see, well, what does he do about, he wants to expand his kitchen, and I know it's all gone up in Facebook and all that other stuff, but this is a public meeting and I'm bringing it to you now. He'd come in 3 times, not knowing what to do. Pam couldn't help him because we didn't have a zoning officer or any of that here at the time. So, but at least I handed him the form, at least, the 12-page monstrosity that nobody without a PhD in obfuscation could fill out, which is the application. We used to have a simpler 2-pager. Pam looked up where he lived and told him, and I commiserated with him, well, you're in the mountain zone. God help you. To do what he wanted was a simple thing. Let's get the meat and potatoes, day-to-day stuff operating in the office going. I appreciate all the time, Mark, that you're spending here. You know, I hear about it. Sometimes I hear for having said, oh, yeah, he's down there again. But is this shared service agreement with West Amwell effective today? When will it be effective? Because knowing it was probably coming, I sent the poor SOB down to West Amwell to go talk to at least their construction officer as to what might apply. He went off with his little 12-page bibble, you know, but does West Amwell have to approve it? Is that 2 weeks off, 4 weeks off, whatever? And what do people do in the meantime? And if we're working on it, if somebody would, in addition to this and whatever, put something up on Facebook saying that, hey, we've agreed to go into a shared service with West Amwell. It has to be ratified by them. That will be as soon as I can find out. And we will keep you up to date and let people know through the mechanisms that they have other than this camera. I think what Linda came here from the start from was she wants information, communication. It's a work in process because every year the deck gets shuffled. This one's mayor, this one's liaison, this is who, what, when, where, and how. It's government, it's messy. But let people know that you've taken this step, and if Allison's watching this, hey Allison, you go up and put something up there, because I'm not good with computers, but let's just fix the problem, because it's an oasis out there, and get rid of the little camera hidden under the table to warn you that there might be somebody looking for help, and get rid of it. And Pam can't be here all the time. Jason manages his crew very, very well. I was over there the other day to meet somebody at the museum, and they were there putting mulch around everything, and they were being supervised, and they were working really hard, and I took a couple pictures, asked permission, and I'll put those up. But we've got good people. Let's take the money we might diddle away away elsewhere and give it to some of the employees. And maybe if somebody goes out and gets a certification or a heavy construction license or any kind of certification, let's give them more than the 2% that we give everybody, including the dog catcher. You know, there should be an incentive for people to feel that if they're doing something for the town, that they are appreciated, and I don't think it's that much money to give somebody more than 4 cents or 40 cents or whatever. That's it.
Thank you, Francis. Anyone?
I have a couple more minutes.
Go for it, it's only 8:30.
No, this is, I didn't mention this before. I don't know if the person who wrote this is aware of the fact that New Jersey has a manure management program. It's Rutgers Extension is what I worked through with that. It's a multi-page document of what we have to do when we have different animals, you know, so many horses, so many cows, so many chickens, all that kind of thing. So I just wanted her to be aware of the fact that we already had a manure management program for the state of New Jersey.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing no one else, can I have a motion to close to the public? Second. All in favor?
Was enthusiastic.
All right, down to the bills of the evening. I have a motion to approve the April 14th bills of the evening, please.
So moved.
Second.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Ms. Casper,
Yes.
Mr. Mills,
Yes.
Ms. Ramsey,
Yes.
Mr. Wolfe,
Yes.
Mr. Castellano.
Yes. All right, bills of the evening from April 28th. Motion to approve the April 28th bills of the evening, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Amy?
Ms. Casper,
Yes.
Mr. Mills,
Yes.
Ms. Ramsey,
Yes.
Mr. Wolfe,
Yes.
Mr. Castellano.
Yes. Anything on the,
Just, I'll have to get in touch with Jason. I would imagine that folks have any traffic concerns, they're reaching out on the site, but I don't want to take that for granted. I'll make sure I touch base with him. Insofar as Delaware Township goes, we are setting up stationary radar on John Riddle Road. I don't know what the numbers are. I don't know how much activity. I do like the new report that the state
I asked
gives.
you that,
Yeah, because they categorically, they give us a running total of what's happening throughout the whole year, so we can see if there's any trends. Hopefully they won't change this, but, and I will get together with Kingwood Station about the run on the
Fire
14th.
Allison will get you something.
Yeah, I have a flyer. I'm scheduled to meet with Ray Lally one day next week, so I'll make sure he knows personally.
All right, can I have a motion to approve the administrative reports, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No correspondences. All right, there being no further business, do I need a motion to adjourn for tonight?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, anyone opposed?
Thank you.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Should we do it again in 2 weeks?
We're doing it 2 weeks after this?
Yeah.
Take care, Fred.
Tonight we'll go now.
Okay, hang on, before we go, hey, Rick.
Thank you very, very much for answering. I appreciate it.
Oh, me too, if you want, you know.
I really appreciate doing that. And we'll kind of, irritates her and I have to be. And she has, oh, you gotta.
Costco's got a better deal on it.
She's an idiot. She's an idiot. And she's got it in for the hunt. She wants to drive them out of business. Hold on, I gotta catch Frank.
The other problem is the fact that what she's trying to put together is good for little city things.
Thank you.
Put it on the web and then send it back. This is what that's what I did.
We didn't meet last month. It's been sitting on my calendar.
For my wife.
Yes.
All right, thank you
And
very,
she didn't show up today.
yes, thank you very much.
Sure.
She's on another performance attached to not here, so. But, yeah, so she. It's like Columbo, and that's a killer, so that's why I said, I gotta.
The ordinance.
Yeah, right, I'm tired of it. You know,
Trying to remind the livestock insurance.
She evidently here gets some, she evidently, like, reviewed all presentations and stuff, that's what she, about the corrections and that looks kind of weird, but she knows what she did in her final years at J and J.
I think we need a dog sanctuary to compete with tabbies. What do you think?
It is funny.
That's a huge place, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
He's putting a $400,000, that's the
Oh,
budget.
my gosh, the
400K, that's a lot of donations or whatever. Yeah.
Very good job.
Oh, thank you.
Take care, it's good seeing you.
Thanks, you too.
You know, those milk positions that,
You ready?
I'm like, gee whiz, like, can I rent a room there?
yeah, I got the milk today.
Like, no one can hear anything?
No, Amy, everything's off, right?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Amy, did a great
Great.
job.
Oh, thank you.
Great.
Great job.
Thanks.
Just
I
cats.
was more nervous about
It was
getting the.
somebody who
Get yelled
passed
at.
away, like, was a rich guy with no kids.
No,
and
good.
a cat, had a cat,
I mean,
that he loves.
Oh,
He
friends
tons
is
of
here.
money. This
Hey, we're
one
closed.
was like a real-
Oh, yeah.
Just cats.
We're working on things.
You know, they like, but like, they found the ones from like Europe that they're taking care of. So the rest was like,
It's off. It's already.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's fine. I got a few
I'm
friends.
just passing through this terrible
Yeah,
dog
no,
right now.
one thing at a time, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm taking one, you gotta take the big picture and cut it in slices, and that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to
I was like,
walk them off.
having a hard time like keeping a straight face because all those meetings are still on Zoom. I thought I
And I can get
I thought it's easy to get started.
every day.
I know.
You know what I mean? I went to work one day.
Guys are having too much fun.
Feels like beat, you know?
Best meetings. My time at work.
Tabby place. I don't know if you've
I
ever gone in
bless
there.
that guy. I'm not a cat guy.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Incredible.
everything
Yeah, he,
fine,
yeah.
that kind of stuff. There's scenes.
Still love cats though. Yeah, I know.
Everybody-
Love.
Tags for you?
People lined up,
Just throw them in a box.
Oh, these? Hey, Thursday.
Yeah, night, everybody.
Good night.
Hi.
Hi.
Great job. Thanks for running.
Yep, did excellent.
You're welcome back anytime.
Alright, there, Mr. Mills.
Hey. Not bad.
Hour and a half.
Not bad.
Hey, hey, thanks, guys.
See if we can beat that in 2 weeks, sorry.
You might be a Guinness in my future.
Oh, shoot, yeah.